Okay, how do I do this? This looks like a dream face reveal, everybody, but it's not a dream face reveal. I'm gonna get this set up. Uh, it is February 12th. Welcome, everyone. Good morning. I've made a mistake. I've made another mistake. I've made a severe and continuous lapse in judgment. I messed up my eyebrows. Let's just talk about it. Let's get straight to the point. I'm not gonna try to lie to you. Okay, I'm not gonna try to pretend this didn't happen. This happened. It was a very interesting night yesterday. I was trying to do things and I failed. I failed a little bit. I failed to a point where I feel like I don't know what to do at this point. This is strange. So my eyebrows are weird right now. I don't know what to do. I have to wait until they grow back, which is very sad. So many things to talk about, but a lot of fear once this happened. But I realized something, which is like what this channel really means for me is like it's self-discovery beyond just creating YouTube. And I feel like this is the time in my life where a lot of things are going wrong in very interesting ways. For example, I didn't expect this to happen. I can't magically make this grow back, but I gotta live with it. I gotta live with it until I have normal eyebrows again, and it's just how it is. But also, I got results from my doctor, and basically my liver enzymes are high, which means that I have to refrain in cases from taking things like creatine and protein powder, which I've been taking for years. So I might get less big, less built, and I have to refrain from working out, which is something that I've held very dearly to me. So it feels like a lot of things in my life of what I've identified myself with, which is looking good, being in good shape, or out of my control and kind of being taken away from me temporarily, of course. But it makes me feel very weird because it's like I thought I was this person who I thought that was my identity. I thought looking a certain way was my identity. I thought being a certain, muscular structure was my identity, and I can't remember the last time I wasn't these things. Probably 5 years ago when I was very insecure about myself, when I hated myself to a large degree in high school. And since then, I made a commitment to look better and to be better. And this is the first time 6 years later where I feel like that's kind of being taken away from me, again, temporarily, because I don't want to get into the specifics, but all this stuff is going to be back to normal in a couple months, probably like half a year, a couple months, 3 to 4 months. So the next 3 to 4 months, I have to kind of live without a lot of the things that I've attached to my worth. And it makes me ask, like, what is my worth? I'm going to make sure there's no things here, but what is my worth if it's not these things that I've identified myself with for so long? And that is a very, scary question. Will people, if I get into relationships, like, will people like me the same? Like, will I glow down? Will I fall off in terms of how I want to look aesthetically, attractively, whatever it is, right? And I can't answer those questions. I can't answer the question of, like, will these things negatively impact how people perceive me? I can't answer that question because I don't know, right? It could, it couldn't, doesn't know. But regardless, I think sometimes in life you need to lose what you think you are to figure out who you really are, and to lose attachment to who you really are. I think there's nothing wrong with being somebody, but if you're being somebody because you're scared to not be somebody else, are you really being that person? I'm proud of how I looked before. I'm proud of a lot of those things. I'm proud. I'm genuinely proud of how I looked and how I was, but is that really me? And is that really, like, what am I trying to say here? I'm gonna look. I'm losing brain cells too, but like, is it really me? If I'm just afraid to not be me, I should choose to be me. And I feel like sometimes you lose a lot of what you think you are to value it more when you get it again. And I think this is an example of that for me. So I'm going to rock these, these badly shaped eyebrows for God knows how long until they're normal again. And if I become skinny, if I become this person I've not wanted to be, then I'm going to rock that as well. Because I think sometimes you have to lose the version of you think you are to also gain the confidence that you can get that version of you back. So yeah, I wanted to make that quick little video. It's an important part of my whole documentary, my whole journey as a growing person. But I don't know what you could lose next, so you got to be grateful for what you have. If you stress out so much about every single thing you lose, you don't know what you're going to lose next. So here I am with these eyebrows. I felt terrible today. I feel like I look like a character from Meet the Robinsons, but it's okay. I think Lil Uzi Vert had no eyebrows at one point, and he's fine. He's doing a lot of cool things. So, gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it going. So, this is what I probably will call the chopped phase of my life. The next 3 months or 4 months. Next quarter of the year is going to be a chopped phase of my life. And you know what? It is what it is. But I think that might as well, through this all, just find a place to just find a place to be grateful of what you do have and take advantage of just being in this experimental phase. Because if you're going to lose, might as well lose and learn. So that's my little video. Everybody, I'm confirmed to be chopped now for the next 3 months, probably, due to various conditions in my life, and I have to accept it. I'll come back yoked. I'll come back like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but right now it's time to be chopped, and I have to be like, you know what? I have to be okay with losing a lot of what I really care about because I know I can get it back, and I don't have complete faith. Technically, I can get things back, but you need to have faith. Like, faith has to come from somewhere. So, man, that's what's happening, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna let y'all bully me if you want. Here's it. If you want to say any comments, you got it. I'm allowing these. It is the chop phase. I've accepted it. I will not run away from it. Okay? I will be a scrawny kid, just like high school, who's chopped. That's what I was in high school. I hated that kid in high school. Maybe that was the problem in the first place. Maybe I shouldn't have hated him. Maybe that comes from a amount of self-hate, and maybe becoming chopped is the only way to beat the self-hate that I had for myself in high school. This is a therapeutic experience of being chopped. Watch what happens. Maybe that's my hypothesis. I got to make a message out of this, because if there isn't a message out of this, I'm going to feel terrible. So there is a message. I'm going to conquer this day. And listen, I may be chopped, but I'm going to be productive. Okay? Bye.